There's a story Scarlett has about a time she was trying to hang out with Eddie Vedder. That is one of my favourite stories of all time.
It's so
You should tell everyone,
I will.
Scarlett.
I'm
How
gonna
fun
tell
would that be?
everybody. Yeah, how fun if I just confess the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Okay, so picture this. Last Pearl Jam show of the tour. We were in Sydney and we were all hanging out with Eddie Vedder. Classic, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I used to be in a band as well.
Yeah, Andy's an amazing drummer.
Yeah, no, just sort of the band ended up and then it was like, better do something proper. And didn't really want the band thing to end. And then tattooing, I was like, oh shit, like that seems like one in the same.
We just used to play in bars and like usually our parents would have to come and chaperone us and they'd put like a soft drink tab on the bar for us, which was fucking embarrassing. You know, actually my first ever tattoo I ever did is on Andy's leg. Crazy stuff. I really put him through hell.
Yeah, we're laughing at it just before we started. Back in the studio at Freestyle Tattoo for another live podcast, getting a tattoo while doing a podcast. Got two special guests in the house, Andy and Scarlett. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
And welcome to everyone who's tuning in live. We've already got people watching, so thank you for tuning in and catching this. We've got about an hour here where we're going to do a tattoo and a podcast. So if you have any questions for the team here, let us know in the comments and I'll pass it along.
You're good.
But yeah, welcome guys. And what are we getting today? What are the people going to see?
Well, I described it before as being, oh my god, ow. Shit, it already hurts so bad. I forget that this is like, I forget that it is like, I have to actually get a tattoo. Obviously, I love it.
Yeah, it all was so much fun until right now.
Yeah, I was like, it's a great idea. Now it's like, fuck, what about... We're getting a big spiky thing on my knee.
Bit of cool biomech.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been calling it.
I think that's accurate.
But like, yeah, just cool, spiky, black work, leg tattoos for Scarlett.
That's,
just up
another day in the office.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of the office, this was your office once, Scarlett. You did some work in here as a tattoo artist yourself.
Well, this is some crazy lore, but because I was a tattoo artist for if you are once, you are forever, really.
Yeah,
but
no, exactly.
But Andy was my tattoo mentor, and he taught me how to tattoo in the room that we're in right now, and we worked here together for like 2 years.
Yeah,
so crazy.
And then back a while.
Yeah, and then we haven't been in here together for ages. So it's very, very crazy. Imagine me as an 18-year-old with long, long pigtails and a
little portfolio. I remember that.
Book. I say, please teach me how to do it. And a future of scabbing ciggies off of this man.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Good times.
Yeah. What else been happening since then?
Well, just a
bit.
We've been around. Just released a song like yesterday, day before yesterday. That's been happening.
Very cool.
Yeah, all over the place. Just stuff. Andy moved to Sydney.
I did. Yeah.
Didn't see you for a little bit there. New South Wales man, and now look, reunited, and it feels so good.
At last.
Wonderful. Whew.
I'm doing that.
Damn.
I'm doing that thing where it's like you go silent during the outline.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I'm gonna have to start reciting her poetry.
Just fast forward to the Bella appreciation segment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a moment for the lady. But yeah, anyway, that's like the latest.
Yeah. What were you saying before? Up in Sydney, was it? With Sonic?
Sonic Producer.
Man,
I manage a band called Sonic Producer who are amazing.
Yeah, they've been doing some fucking cool shit.
Yeah, they're killing it. My little brother is the lead singer, which is a nice little family touch. And they're literally the best band in the world. So you should go listen, everybody who is watching or listening. I don't know how you get your media, but Either way, you should be.
Just do it. We can have a
on
listen right here live, actually.
Oh,
so let's
God,
pull up.
this guy all over it.
Pull up something.
Thank you. Needles is the newest one. If you want to play that, that'd be awesome.
Do it.
Go
I also
crazy.
wanted to ask about the video you shot for them.
Oh, you found it.
Shoot a video.
Yeah, well, because before,
shit.
before we, you know, like had like more people in the team or whatever, then it was just me doing everything. And so I had the camcorder and I'd be like, now sing. And then I'd download iMovie, edit it together, put it on YouTube.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
sick.
it's so funny. They, I feel like because they're a punk band, they're like, you know, rock band, you know, punk adjacent, whatever. The DIY thing luckily works well, where it's like,
100%.
hopefully these people don't know, we just have no money.
Mm-hmm. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, yeah.
I never thought that I particularly wanted to be like a manager, or like hadn't really like occurred to me before. My brother Cormac, who's this one here with this with Amy Winehouse tattoo, of course.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did all of
Nah.
this.
True manager.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it done.
Like, I'll do it all for you, kids.
Yeah, what do you want? I get it. I'll study for years just so you can have some. But yeah, I saw them play and I was just like, this is the best shit I've ever seen. And just like wanted to be involved so badly. So I was like, at the time I was like tattooing, I think. And I was like, I can do it on the side, like, you know, kind of like just figure it out as we go, especially because they were really new. So I was like, oh my God, fuck.
Sorry,
That
dude.
hurts so bad.
My bad.
That's all right. You got to do it.
Yeah,
So,
it's all right. It's not
sorry.
taking long.
It's not a criticism. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
flying
yeah.
through it. But yeah, yeah. They were just so good. And I was like, I feel like I can, I don't know, because I've been in Teen Jesus since I was 14. So I was like, I've been managed for ages. I've just never done the managing myself. So it's been really, really nice being able to like be on the other side of that. And now I work for this amazing company and like get to work on Sonic full time, and it's freaking awesome. It's really wonderful.
Sort of a good opportunity for those things that, like, you know, you look back on and are like, oh, I wish that sort of didn't happen that way. Sort of helping them navigate those things and, like, you know, avoiding a lot of that bullshit that can happen to
100%.
young creatives.
For sure.
Especially early in their careers.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we made so many stupid mistakes with Teen Jesus at the start, just because like you don't know any better, obviously, and like
No, well, that's when you're meant to learn that sort of stuff, you know.
for sure. But it means that like Sonic then just get to focus on like the really fun bit, and I feel like I've slogged it for long enough that I can avoid them having to, which is really good. But they're just so hardworking, and I'm so happy to be part of it. It's been awesome. They just came back from Europe. They're just their first ever tour. In Europe, it was like a whole month supporting Royal Otis over there, which was amazing.
That is amazing.
It was sick. Oh, yeah, this is the one I shot. So funny. There he is, my little guy. The bleach brows. Remember I had bleach brows as well?
I
There was
do
a while when we
remember that.
both did, and we were just like, is it like natural to run in the family?
Hereditary. That's so good.
Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, God. Yeah, there was a while when like me and Cormac both had bleach brows, and then our mum has like this bleached like kind of shag mullet thing, and so
Mad.
it looked like I was the one that was dyeing my hair. But yeah, no, they're awesome. It's been so cool. And then like we've been able to play a bunch with like Teen Jesus and Sonic on the same shows, which has been sick.
Mm-hmm.
Very wholesome.
What about having been through the band process yourself, and then looking back at that with your with the Sonic Reducer band, and did you have any memories of your times coming up here in Canberra? Because these guys are very synonymous with like Sideway and a lot of those bars. What was your sort of equivalent for the band, do you think, when you were coming up?
Such a good question. I feel like because we started when we were 14, so like well underage, and I don't know, it was like this is like it was so dumb at the time, but like we just used to play in bars, and like usually our parents would have to come and chaperone us, and they'd put like a soft drink tab on the bar for us, which was fucking embarrassing. We'd be at, like
Still better
Transit
than just
bar and
being
be like,
told you can't play them.
yeah, totally. We'd go and get a lemonade from the bar at Transit and stuff, and it was like, that's so funny. But definitely I used to play at the front in Lynham heaps. Like back before, I think before it changed owners, it was like, it was so sick. Do you remember those like glory days of the front when it was like bands all the time and it was so good? And we were so young and it was like, I don't know, the kind of place where like we'd have like a friend that was 18 and they'd go to the IGA and buy us a 6-pack and drink them in the alley behind the venue, and like it's just awesome. It was so good.
That's so red hot.
It was so fucked. But like all those venues were so fun. Like so much was just like, I don't know. Canberra was so great for that. I feel like it really is for any band that's like starting out. Canberra's perfect because it's just like everyone just wants to go to shows. So you're always going to have people to like play to that are going to be keen to watch you and everything. I don't know. I'm a big Canberra fan, as you can tell, since I still live here after all these years.
Yeah,
but
everyone comes back.
Yeah, one way or another. My foot is completely asleep, but if it's like it's not a bad thing. Just an observation.
Yeah, feel free to take breaks, have a move around. We're in no rush here, and if you are watching at home, please get your questions in, because it's not every day you get to see behind the scenes of a tattoo like this. So thank you again for jumping in the chair, because it's really cool to see.
Yeah, God, of course, it's so nice.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool because, like, you know, I've seen a lot of tattooers do podcasts and talking about it. It's just like, just rip and dip one live. Why not?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out if anyone else has done this sort of thing, but I think, I think this might be a first, especially doing it live.
Yeah, for sure. It's it's challenging, but I love it. It's two of my favorite things.
Podcasts and tattoos?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, Matt.
Well, like talking about band stuff and hanging out with Andy. But yeah, if you're watching and you have questions about either tattoos or band or, I don't know, anything really.
What if
Lots of wisdom.
you guys are off to the States?
Yes,
When's
oh my
that?
God, so true. I literally go to America like next week, which is crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's whack. We've had to all be really careful that we don't have any like anti-Trump messages on our phones, because apparently they're not letting you in if you do, which is scary. So had to
Didn't
basically
actually think
delete
about
my
that.
whole phone.
I was about to say, it'd probably just be smarter to get a burner.
Yeah, I was thinking that, hey, but I want my apps. But I'm going to delete them all.
Yeah, I'd delete them all before you take
It's too
land.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, going on Wednesday, going to Melbourne, and then we're going to the APRA Awards, which will be fun. I actually just remembered that today, and I don't have anything to wear, so suggestions would be good from you people on Twitch. If anyone has an outfit inspo idea, let me know. But yeah, then we fly out on Friday to Nashville,
Matt.
and we're touring with Pearl Jam. It's for the second time, so I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's so
Pretty
nuts.
fucked up.
Yeah. Like the rock and roll band.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was going to say this before when we were having a ciggy, but I realized like recently I had this conversation with somebody where someone was like, "Oh, have you seen that photo of like RuPaul and Nirvana?" And I was like, "Oh my God, true." And I remembered, you know, that like photo from the 90s of like RuPaul and all of Nirvana, and it's like iconic. And I was like, "Oh my God, fuck! I have 1 degree of separation from RuPaul." Because I met Dave Grohl, and then whoever I was talking to was like, "That's not the most exciting thing out of that scenario."
No,
I was like, "Holy
so
shit, I'm
funny.
so close to RuPaul." And it's like, Dave should really be the main event there, but I was like, "Oh my God, Mr. Paul." Yeah, that's the one. You see, so this guy, and then Pat, who's not really in the band, but kind of, you know, Pat Smear.
No.
What a name though. Yeah, who the fuck is that? But yeah, it's so good. Very funny. Anyway, so RuPaul,
that's
you're
right.
next.
You guys played with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Sorry, I'm just remembering all this shit in
that's
like
right.
real time.
Yeah. No, that's all right. It was a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. I gave Pat Smear his first ever vodka cruiser. So that was good. And he told me he'd been 5 years sober, and I was like, what? And then he was lying. So
I was about to
good.
say.
Can you imagine if I
He's like, that's
ruined
how
his sobriety?
sober he was. He's like, you want a drink? He's like,
Yeah,
no,
right.
well.
Well, it was this whole thing where he was drinking. He was like, "This is delicious," and I was like, or like maybe Neve or something was like, "Oh, you can barely tell there's alcohol in it." And he's like, "There's alcohol in this? I'm sober." And we were like, "What?" But it turned out he was just lying. So that's good.
There you go.
Thank God for that. For like,
That's funny.
yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
You reckon it's one of those jokes that's like told at every show?
Yeah, maybe he was like, another bunch of suckers falling for my shit every time. But yeah, anywho. Yeah, so RuPaul is next. I need to track him down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that meme that's like, oh yeah, the Paul brothers, and it's like Logan, Jake, Roop.
Yep.
It's a classic, I must say. I've been watching so much fucking Drag Race lately. Hey,
Nah.
can't get enough.
Finished up with Black Mirror.
Oh, really? Did you finish the whole season?
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I had to take a bit of a break. That first episode of the new season with like Chris O'Dowd,
Yeah.
it rocked me. I was fully like, I cried so much at the end, and then I was thinking about it for the next 2 days. I don't know why, it really like sent me through a bit of a loop. It was just so sad. I think because I love him from the IT crowd,
Yeah.
and it was just like so heartbreaking. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, people, but you should watch it because it's devastating.
Yeah, it took me about 5 minutes to separate him from the IT crowd, though, where I was like, "Oh, okay, no, like this is an actual, like, serious role." Kept
Yeah.
waiting for like stupid jokes.
Yeah, totally. For him to become Roy again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, actually, speaking of, so you're an IT crowd fan, Andy, I assume. Do you know that song? Actually, would you be able to pull up a song? Is that okay? Take My Hand by Matt Berry. It's like, it's going like viral on TikTok at the moment. It's like the background song for that trend. It's like, almost forgot that this is the whole point. And it's like people like making dinner or something, you know? It's people being like, oh, this is what is important, you know, doing like something mundane, being like,
Oh,
it's Take My Hand by Matt Berry, I think. Yeah, that's the one. But do you recognize this song? But don't look at the video, Andy.
okay.
But it's like a beautiful song. But this does not sound right. And it's just the intro. Oh yeah, here we go. You know this song?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, now guess who sings this?
No,
It's
it is.
Douglas Renham from, you know, the guy who walks in. Father! Isn't that crazy? Like, it's insane that it's him. I realized recently, because I've been hearing this everywhere, and I found it on Spotify ages ago. And then I looked at the profile, and
This
it's
is
that
him.
fucking guy.
It's the same guy from What We Do in the Shadows. Hey?
Yeah, and he's in the Mighty Boosh as well.
Yeah, he's so funny.
He's so funny, but
Yeah.
like, who would have thought he's like written this, like, he has this secret career where he's this like amazing indie artist.
Is that like current?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
like, is this like, you know, some like 80s tune that's just been like
I think it's like
resurrected?
I think it's like early 2000s kind of.
Right.
Like In-Betweeners era. That's another thing I've been watching a lot of, is the In-Betweeners, which is quite, it's problematic looking back on it, but God, some of it is like so fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't age that well.
No, it didn't. But I feel like for the nostalgia, there's something you watch behind closed doors and you shouldn't confess on a podcast. But here I am.
Yes. Oh shit, cameras?
Yeah, fuck. Oh. But yeah, anyway, that blew my mind when I found out that was him. Because that song is so nice.
Yeah, no.
And the
I
character's
wouldn't-
so fucked.
Well, anything that he did, I would have just thought would have been a parody.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
so
But it's like
it's like-
beautiful.
yeah.
It's like, I'll show you this album cover. It's crazy. God, I hope the cameras didn't get that. I was listening to my own music.
Just getting the counts up on that song.
Yeah, God. But like, look at this like album cover. Look at him with this bird.
Oh,
Isn't
dude.
that crazy?
Oh, man. Even that
Is this the one?
font.
Can I hold it up? Look at this man. Do you know this man? Have you seen him?
this handsome devil?
Oh, anyway, he's got a beautiful voice and he's very funny. So, whole package.
Just a complete entertainer.
Yeah, really. Renaissance man. A jack of all trades. Oh,
So it looks
Fuck
like
yeah.
we've got the line work done.
Oh, yeah.
it looks so good.
Looking with gas now.
Yeah, absolutely. I love
As
this.
I say, I think I lost my little...
Lost it all.
there, yeah.
Oh no.
Give you one tick.
Back in it goes. We've lost him. Paging Andy.
Oh, good. Yeah, all right. Let's shade this, eh?
Fuck yeah. My little numb foot.
How's it feeling, Scarlett?
Look, it's this is like distracting, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's definitely not comfortable, but you know, I've had worse.
Good.
Andy actually did my chest recently. Look, it's like Superman. It open. The Andy did this cross on my chest.
Oh.
Not too long ago. I feel like that was a lot like less painful than this though.
Yeah, I don't...
Also took you like 5 minutes.
I was about to say, I don't feel like the chest is too bad. I think the back's worse than the front.
Scary.
The,
Yeah, my tummy wasn't very comfortable when I got that, but I think that was also because I was just like lying in a shop that had been working out the week before, and then I was suddenly just like there, exposed in so much pain among like kind of colleagues, but not.
Yep.
So it was the real cooker in that one. But anywho,
That's I think I grabbed the wrong side. I did.
oh, that's all right. Nice.
Now we're cooking.
Yes.
But
Beautiful. So I decided when I go to Nashville, I'm going to get some cowboy boots. Some like black ones. In case you're interested.
so good.
Because I've been looking for like a nice casual boot for a while now. And I bought some on ASOS and they fucking sent me the wrong ones and they were so ugly and I was like, I can't be wearing these.
No good.
So I sent them back and then I was like, oh, when will my perfect boots arrive? And I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to Nashville. There's a place there called Planet Cowboy, which I think I'm going to hit up.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon I might.
Where should I buy my cowboy boots from?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. We'll see if they have what I'm looking for.
I was about to say, I always think of that, you know the kid who turns the lights out?
Oh my God.
Where's he
Nick
at?
is obsessed with him. Is it you who sends them to Nick? Because I feel like
We send them to each other. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Nick is my boyfriend, by the way. But for all those who are like, who the fuck is Nick? But yeah, that little cowboy kid is like, the lights are gonna turn off. Look, they turned off. I didn't think they were gonna turn off. Well, like it's taking ages, and he's like, I'm just here waiting for the lights to go out. It's like, can someone buy him a shirt that fits?
Just wholesome entertainment. Just like, yeah.
Oh. He reminds me of the you know, the British kid. He's like, the deal is sealed.
Yep.
You know him?
Mhm.
When Sonic went on their tour of Europe with Royal Otis, then they bought a cameo from that kid, and he said, the deal is sealed. Sonic Reducer are going on tour with Royal Otis on a big rock and roll extravaganza.
That's so
And
good.
it was awesome. Cost them like $30. So
Man, I've seen some of the funniest fucking cameos filmed, like Christmas presents for people and stuff. Just like people you just wouldn't imagine talking about shit they should know about. And it's just
Yeah.
like the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
God. Yeah, we were the first year that we were like trying to really be like, we have to get in the hottest 100. We were trying to buy a cameo from Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy, to be like, vote for Team Jesus.
How much was that?
It was like $1,000. We were gonna like spend like the whole marketing budget on that, but then Cameo said no because you're not meant to use them for like promotional material or like for ads or something, and we were gonna
That's
run
so
ads with them.
lame.
I know it was
Yeah.
so shit. Because imagine how, but also I feel like that would be unfair because it would be like rigged. Because I feel like if I was,
Well, any of those other bands could have made the same purchase.
Well,
you know?
yeah,
Like, they
that's
could have,
true.
yeah.
we're just. Oh, sorry. I can put it away if that's easier.
No.
Hopefully nothing
No.
incriminating. Oh, it's just Anna in the group chat saying, oh my God, this is actually funny. In the Teen Jesus group chat just before, Jada messaged. Jada's name in the group chat is Barry B. Benson. And she messaged and she said, my mom just told me I look like Belle Gibson. And so that was Anna, whose name in the chat is Stuart Johnson, and Anna said, rough call. So that's what you're missing behind the scenes.
Getting the real-time Teen Jesus group chat.
It's pretty good. Neve's name is Ricky Cohen because that's been her name. Like, you know how you can name your phone? Like when you airdrop to someone and your phone comes up with something. Yep. Neve is always Ricky Cohen. And then on Zoom, she's Ricky Cohen. On everything, she's Ricky Cohen. So now in the group chat as well, her name is Ricky Cohen. And my name is Jerry Kransky. But I can't remember why.
No memory on that at all.
No memory on that, but I'm Jerry Kransky, obviously. Yeah. Speaks for itself, really. Before that, I was Post Malone. Because do you remember how when I cut a fringe and Cormac told me I look like Post Malone?
I do actually. That's very funny.
Anyway, this really isn't important information. I feel like I could be talking about something much more relevant to this podcast.
The guy at the fucking G spot calls me Post Malone whenever I go there.
Really? Because the face tats?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing so. It's not the music career.
Maybe he's like, you look like someone who wants to like dive into country music.
Yeah, Post Malone, your burgers are. I'm just like, oh.
Fuck.
Raquel's always just laughing. Like,
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh boy.
You're alright?
Yeah.
It's
I'll be fine. Jerry Kransky's got this one in the bag. It's fine.
So we better talk about the new single.
Yeah.
And
go for it.
Have a gaze. Yeah. Tell us about this one. I believe you wrote it.
I did. Yeah. I did actually. I wrote this song with my friend Harry, who's in a band called Pacific Avenue. And then our friend Charlie, who's an amazing producer and like engineer. His artist name is Thomas Porter, and he's awesome. And we wrote this in Sydney. And I actually was drinking cruises while writing this as well. Fun fact. But yeah.
Need that cruiser sponsorship.
Well, you can't get sponsored by an alcohol company until you're 25. So I've one more year, and then cruises, I'm coming for you. I've been angling for Jamison for a while. Yeah. Don't worry, I've got some things in the works. Jamison is the dream though. That's just to manifest. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, it's like super fun. I don't know, I feel like we just wanted a really like kind of like early 2000s rock. Like I was listening to a lot of like early Arctic Monkeys and like Block Party and like Kaiser Chiefs and stuff. And this video was so fun. We filmed this in Melbourne. It's not Melbourne, Sydney, like a week or two ago, like really recently. Yeah. You can notice I'm wearing my grills in the video. I forgot to bring them today.
Oh,
but
man.
I know, but they're not there. You can't see them really. Anyway, but this was so fun. And we had all these like beautiful fans come in as extras, and it was really fun. There's a scene actually where at the end we're dragging away a guy. Me, Jada and Neve are dragging this poor boy by his wrists are all tied up, and we're dragging him into the bushes. And that's the guy who engineered this song when we went to go record it. So
sure.
Yeah, look, it'll pop up, and yeah, it's towards the end. If you put it there, it'll come up any minute now. And then poor guy. Rough gig.
That would have hurt. Just getting pulled by your wrist.
Yeah, it really did. I saw him the next day, and his wrists were all like fucked up. Poor guy. But yeah, that's Jackson who we were pulling. He's an amazing engineer. But like second day in the studio, I decided his name was Stanley, and so we've all been calling him Stanley for like months. And in fact, on set that day, all the crew were calling him Stanley too. I think everybody thinks that's his name now. So sorry, Jackson, if you're listening.
I was about to say, does he know about this?
Yeah, he's aware.
Right.
He's been responding to Stanley for far too long now. It's the only way you can. I think because he knows, like, we're not going to change it.
You won't reply to him unless he's just like, come and be as Stanley.
Exactly. He's like, I'm Stanley now. But yeah, Balcony, I don't know, it's just super fun. I feel like we really want to like, I don't know, it feels like a nice new chapter. Because our last album was like, sorry, excuse me, I burped. Awful. The last album had like songs on it from when we were like teenagers all up until like when we released it, really. So it was really like a whole collection of like everything that we'd been doing so far. And then I feel like, because obviously debut album, you know,
yeah,
like we're still little babies, just kind of trying it out. It was really like lovely and wholesome and that kind of stuff. And I will always love the album so much. But it feels like now we're all like, I don't know, I feel like the gap between being 20 and like 25 is like massive, you know? So now it's like we're older and hopefully wiser. But I don't know, it just feels a bit more elevated and like a step up. And we worked with this amazing producer, Catherine Marks, who like produced the Boy Genius album and like Wolf Alice and like all these amazing. She won a freaking Grammy. It's crazy. So yeah, it just feels like a nice, like really elevated step. I think we're really like we're trying to be really thorough with like all the creative stuff and like, you know, feel like the art direction is really like coming together and all like those kind of things. So it's been really fun being able to work with all these amazing people and doing like music videos and like photo shoots and all that kind of stuff has been awesome. Having a lot of fun.
And you were in the studio, or you posted a video of you in the studio. Is that a album coming, or what were you guys working on there?
Well, it's a secret. But we've definitely been cooking. There's a pie in the oven, and it's you know, the temperature is rising. It'll be ready soon.
Let me check the timer.
Let me just, we've got a little while later on that. But yeah, we definitely have been hustling. So do with that what you will. But I can't leak anything. I was saying that to Andy before we started, how I was like, I feel like I'm going to accidentally leak stuff because I'm used to just talking to you when we're not being filmed.
Be careful, we are live. So.
Yeah, the moment exactly. I sat down, I was like, shit.
No, it's, yeah, we do like, you know, we've been working. Things will appear as they may. In the meantime, yeah, I kind of actually forget that we haven't have anything else this year apart from like, because we're going to America so soon. I feel like that's been in the forefront of my mind, which I'm so excited for. I've never been to America. I didn't go last time, so I'm really, really excited. It's going to be sick. And then I'm going to Mexico on holiday with Jada after, which is going to be awesome. We just booked our tickets for the Lucha Libre. We're in row 3. So if we get crushed, what a way to go. If I'm going to die, it better be like that.
Oh, man. I was, I don't get jealous very often, but I'm very jealous of that.
You should come.
Maybe. I only want a mask.
Oh, I'll bring you back one.
Is it the same though?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe.
It is. They have that because I was watching all these TikTokers being my best friend for these travel guides and like people out the front, like there's all these like bootleg like mask vendors and stuff. Yeah, I'll get you like a sick but like shit one.
No. I know you're coming.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. And America's going to be so fun. Get to see Eddie Vedder again, which is crazy. Our old friend. Well, old in terms of I haven't seen him in a while. He's a spring chicken.
Yeah, see if he'll even talk to you at this point.
I know.
There's a story Scarlett has about a time she was trying to hang out with Eddie Vedder. That is one of my favourite stories of all time.
It's so fucked.
You should tell everyone.
I will.
Scarlett. How fun would that be?
Yeah, how fun if I just confess the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah,
no, I'll just take it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad that you enjoy it so much.
I just remember you and Nick telling me just being like, oh yeah, like where could this go? And then it goes there. I'm just like, who the fuck ends up with a story like that? Like, you know, obviously you, but like, yeah.
So crazy. Okay, so picture this. Last Pearl Jam show of the tour. We were in Sydney and we were all hanging out with Eddie Vedder. Classic, crazy stuff. He's the best. We're
Which is arguably pretty fucking cool as it is.
It is. It was crazy. We're just like in his green room. He was like, take beers. Like there's a video actually of him smashing a tambourine over my head. And I was wearing it like a big collar. Anyway, that's not really important part of the story. So we were all like, you know, drinking, hanging out. And we're like, we're going to go to karaoke. Eddie, you have to come. And he was like, I'm not going to come, but like, thank you. And we're like, please, like begging him to come to karaoke with us. And he kept being like, no, I'm not going to come. But like, you know, thank you for the offer, but I'm not coming. So we're like, all right. Like, we'll write down the address just in case you change your mind. You know, where we'll be like, come if you want to sing karaoke. But he was like, I'm not coming. But thanks, but like, I'm not coming. Anyway, so we all go to this karaoke place and it's closed. We're like, oh, damn, whatever. That's right. We'll like find another one nearby. So we did, like, found out, and we were out all night doing karaoke. It was the best. I think we even did Pearl Jam karaoke that night. It was amazing. And then the next day, we wake up to a message request on the band account on the Team Jesus Instagram from Jake, like Eddie's security guard, who was like, it was like this video, and we opened it, and it's this video of Eddie Vedder standing in front of this closed karaoke place, and he's like, karaoke's closed, where are ya? And it's like, we were all just like, wait, what the fuck? We just left him there.
To be fair, you can't be like, oh, I'm not coming and then show up and
But
expect
imagine-
everything, but like,
He said
still.
he probably can.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah.
Because imagine when he's like, been like, no, I'm not coming. And then imagine he walks through the doors and we'd all be like, what? Like, he's here.
Man, imagine like you guys go and it's closed. You're like, oh, whatever, go to the other karaoke bar.
And he's there.
But then the video's there and he's like, hey, I've got these guys to open up because I'm, fucking...
'Cause I'm Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, and he's just like all by himself.
We'd have to come back.
That's so funny.
It was so funny. Our manager actually did, oh, there he is. Oh, that was the very night in question.
I looked up
Our
expecting
manager-
the tambourine, to be honest.
Oh, it was shortly after. This was right before the show. I look a
Right.
bit more disheveled than the ones after. But this lovely lady on the left-hand side here, Jamie, who's one of these two beautiful managers, and Jamie was doing Pearl Jam at karaoke, so she's like the biggest Pearl Jam fan in the world, so she would have absolutely died if Eddie had showed up. So yeah, crazy stuff. He came up and introduced us. If you keep going actually through this, there's a photo of him on stage, I think. Yeah, he did this every single show. He came up and was like, I'm a big fan of this band. He said like this was also right after we'd just won an ARIA, which is also crazy. And he came up and he was like, you don't know you care about the ARIAs until someone you love wins an ARIA. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? It's ridiculous.
Man.
It was so weird. And he was like, I watched the whole show just to see if you guys won. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's mad.
It's crazy stuff. Anyway, I love him. He's the best.
Was that unusual for the band, like that, doing those type of shows and having that connection with the headliner?
Yeah, totally. Because the only other stadium show we've done was with Foo Fighters, and like they were lovely as well. Like we only did one show with them, and we hung out for a while before we played. But they were like, they were kind of on the clock because they were. I think it was like a much more like quicker turnaround tour. Like the shows were like back to back, whereas the Pearl Jam ones it was a bit more chill. But yeah, like Pearl Jam was so nice and so like welcoming and just didn't seem like they had any egos whatsoever, which was amazing. Because I feel like sometimes you even just play with like local bands and they're assholes. So it's like if Eddie Vedder can be nice, then anyone can. Because I feel like if he acts like a diva, I'd be like, fair enough, you're fucking Eddie Vedder. But he doesn't, none of them do. They're so great and like just so welcoming and really like made our lives so easy. Even just like their whole crew, like they would come up and like, I kept losing my guitar picks and they'd come up. One of the stagehands came up and he was like, use this one. It was Patti Smith's guitar pick. And then I lost that as well. Classic.
Oh, man.
I know. And that was right after because I'd swiped one of Pixie's guitar picks and then I lost that. So, but then Eddie gave me a bunch of his. You see, silver lining. He solves everything.
I don't know, Patti Smith though.
I know, that would have been pretty good. I have a bunch of the Pretenders ones. And like, I've actually like all of like Matty Healy's for some reason. I've never even seen the 1975 play, but I've got all his picks.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Pearl Jam were amazing, and they were so nice. I'm so excited to go hang out with them in America as well, because this is our first tour with like a tour bus, so we'll have like the bunks and shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Stepping on up.
Yeah, I'm very excited. But I'm just like actually really keen to like hang out with them again, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think that we would hang out with them at all. Oh my God, also a vital part of that tour as well, the day before the last show, they were like, our manager got this message being like, hey, you're invited on Pearl Jam's super yacht this evening. And so like all of us and our like friends who were there just like were on this yacht around Sydney Harbour for like the whole afternoon and evening. And there was like champagne and like oysters and there were magicians coming around just like doing tricks. And like, it was, I don't even know if Pearl Jam were on there. Pixies were there, but like, I think they just bought it for like the crew.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, did they bring it? Like, was it their actual, like a super yacht? Did they sail it over?
No, it was like they just
one?
hired it. Yeah, that would be awesome if it was there.
Idiot.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. They were just like the whole way. Packed full of shit.
Iron Maiden like fly themselves around and shit.
Yeah, well, did you know Shania Twain brings her horse on tour in case she wants to like go for a ride around the city?
That's mad.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? I feel kind of bad for the horse. I wonder how crazy her tours are. Because, like, the horse would spend a lot of time on the road. But she's like, I bring it with me because then I like to explore the city and I go for a horse ride. Because, like, the guitarist from Radiohead brings, like, a little fold-up bike everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
That's got to be a lot easier than a horse, though.
Yeah. But, like, the horse one was crazy. Anyway... I don't know how I got onto that either, but here we are.
No. Horses are cool, man. You know.
They are. They're kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I do like them.
Raquel wants nothing more for me to go horse riding with her. And I'm petrified of horses.
Oh, really?
Anything scarier.
Oh, shit.
No.
I had no idea. The horse fear.
True. Oh, yeah. No.
You should,
Man, I don't even want to be around horses, man. It's pure muscle. Scary as.
Yeah, they are pretty frightening. Yeah. I went for a trail ride at like, I think it was at like Yarralumla or something, or like the horse somewhere in Canberra, and it was very relaxing. But horses are fucking scary. I think just because they could like just kill you. I guess that's like a lot of animals though, right? Like dogs. Like Bella could probably kill me if she wanted to. Hope she doesn't though. She's my greyhound. For anyone who doesn't know, anyone who's not aware.
So we got a photo of Bella to bring up.
Oh, surely there's a pic. I don't know where though. It's got to be somewhere. Maybe on my gram. Actually, there totally is. For Nick's birthday, I posted just only photos of him and Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those ones. So funny. If you go through, there's so many funny ones of little Bellicans. There she is, little angel. This one's my favourite. Her long johns. She's
pajamas so good.
And this, oh my god, that one of her upside down is so funny. That's just me. That one's nothing special.
Oh wait, Nick's in it as well. That's special.
God, he's going to be so annoyed.
Is she ever going on tour with you?
No, she hates
She
new places, smells, peoples and things. She just doesn't like leaving her house, really.
Not going to Shania Twain it.
No, I can't. Not my horse.
Did Bella on the rider?
Yeah. No, my horse is terrified of the world. She's an ex-race dog, so she's just super weird. She doesn't really know how to, like, exist as a pet. Well, no, that's a lie. She's definitely getting there these days, but at first she was, like, pretty fucking crazy. Well, crazy in a very quiet, anxious way, not in like a hyper way. This is so sick. It looks amazing.
Oh man, I'm like, because like I knew it was like meant to be like an hour. I like looked down at because I got a timer on the machine before. It was like 32 minutes. So I was like up here. I was like, fuck.
I did notice that before when you got up
Way too
here, and I was like, shit, that was so fast.
Yeah.
Humping it. But no worry, it's cool.
Yeah, no. Oh, it was just sort of, I don't know. Every now and again, like I'll get comments. People will be like, oh man, you totally like pretty quick. I was like, I don't even know what, how, why. But yeah, there I am. Even quicker today.
I feel like I was always quite quick as well, and I think it's just because of like always watching you. And I'd be like, that's how you do it. Just go for it. And then I'd be like,
dipping red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andy, where did you get into tattooing and how?
For me, it was just like growing up, just in the, like heaps of different fringe culture and stuff, like hardcore punk and skateboarding and like young Scarlett here. I used to be in a band as well.
Yeah, Andy's an amazing drummer.
Yeah, and then
Rhythm.
it was just sort of the band ended up, and then it was like better do something proper, and didn't really want the band thing to end. And then tattooing, I was like, oh shit, like that seems like one in the same. I knew a couple of tattooers where I was living at the time. And they like sort of helped segue me in. It was it's sort of been just rocking out ever since. When I first got into tattooing, was it 2009, 2010? I thought I'd be doing it for like a year or two, and then the luck would run out and I'd have to go back and get a real job sort of thing, and here I am.
Yeah,
just rocking out.
Yeah, it's sick, and thank God for that, or I wouldn't have ever done it either, really.
Yeah.
Well, not in the same way.
I don't know. I think if you're meant to be tattooing, you have a way of just ending up in it anyway, It's like when I was a kid, it was just like, you got to do this and that and like, all the horror stories you hear about the industry and stuff. But now it's like, some of the better artists I've met, they're just like, know nothing of the world that I knew of, 15 years ago. For the better, it's like, the new types of tattooers coming up and the kind of stuff happening in the industry. It's never been as exciting as now.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely like the old school shit is kind of being phased out, which is like ultimately good for everybody's well-being.
And then the old school tattooing's like coming back too, which is cool shit for everyone too.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which, this biomet
oh my God,
is absolutely
so fucking cool.
So much fun.
Oh, I can't believe you just did that in such little time.
Me either.
You're just so entertained by my antics.
Yeah. You seen these things? Speaking of like new tattoo
Oh, what
stuff.
the fuck? What is that?
It's me little washcloth, man. It comes like pre-soaped up. You just like...
The hell?
Yeah. Just comes with this little puck that comes pre-packaged.
That's... Oh my God, wow.
Yeah.
That's sick. Damn. The wipe is the best bit. Little swollen leg.
Yeah. A little bit swollen. But it looks in there. I'm super happy with that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
It's amazing.
It's always a pleasure tattooing you.
Hey, thanks. Always a pleasure getting tattooed by you. Actually, my first ever tattoo I ever did is on Andy's leg. Crazy stuff. I really put him through hell.
Yeah, we're laughing at it just before we started.
It's pretty fucked, but that's okay.
I love showing you tattooers though. I'd be like, like Scabby McGee. They're like, yeah. I'm like, this is her first tattoo. They're like, no way.
Well, you did that exact same thing before. I was like, you were like, this guy, this is his one, and I was like, wow. So funny. Yeah, you're like apprentice thigh, the designated space. So funny.
Oh, yeah.
This is so sick.
Yeah.
He ate.
I'm half tempted just to bash another one up on the other knee. That'd be cool.
That would
Maybe
be cool.
another time, another
Yeah,
time.
I feel like
Next time.
The pig keeps poking out. How funny. Little friend.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. That was sick.
Yeah.
How's it feel, Scarlett?
It feels good to know that it's...
To do it all on camera.
Yeah, that was so fun. I feel like I just rambled that whole time. So, oh well.
No, that was
When you're
unreal.
playing,
Really
like,
cool.
Not much you can get out.
To have you guys both in and chat and hear some stories. So, thank you so much, and we'll let you go, and we'll get a few photos. But yeah. Thank you again, and thank you everyone for watching at home. It was awesome to have you along for the ride.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No, thanks for coming in, Scarlett.
Oh,
that was a pleasure.
Anybody time.
All right, catch you.
Oh, epic.